Thank you for the great introduction. My name is Artur, and I'm the head of the games at Odnoklassniki. First of all, I would like to think about why the social games became a very juicy topic. First of all, let's think about what casual games definition is. Wikipedia tells us like this one, but in my own words, I would tell that the casual games are the games with a small learning curve, which requires at least some specific gaming skills from the users, and very small tutorial, etc. A certain time ago, the top of Odnoklassniki looked like that. Like we had almost all the top positions occupied by the hardcore games. In some cases, we had some mid-core games with the casual mechanics, but the hardcore setting. But in the mid-September, in the autumn of the 2013, we had a break point. Like we noticed a huge rise of the playing audience. Huge, I mean, plus 3 million users who never played a single game on our platform before. They started to play the games. In addition, it was not only the rise of the audience, but like these guys also was willing to pay, because we noticed the huge rise in the percent of paying users also. Maybe it was the some kind of the seasonal effect, but after deep analysis, we understood that the main idea of this growth was one single game. It's called Find the Cat. Actually, it was a simplified, casualized hidden object game where you should be able to find only one object, a cat. After you found a cat, another picture was shown to you where you should be able to find another cat. And if you were not able to find the cat, your game proposed you to send the viral message to your friends in order to help you to find the cat. And the friend, of course, didn't realize that's a game. He was clicking this viral post just to help his friend. He saw the picture, he found the cat, boom, the next cat, next cat, next cat, and this user who never played the games before, he's playing the game, he is addicted. By the way, who is curious, here's a cat. And right now, our audiences look like that. I would tell that our audience right now is some kind of 100% casual audience. I won't describe each digit in particular because you can download this slide and see it by your own. It's not so funny. And right now, our top mostly look like that. All the top positions are occupied by the casual games. Sometimes we see the mid-core games, something like farm games and something like that. So now when you understand why this topic became very juicy at Odnoklassniki in particular and in worldwide in general, let's get back to the time when the casual and downloadable games was the high charts of sales, etc. During that time, Casual Connect started, and we had a huge amount of great presentations. And one of them was presented by the general producer of the PopCup, Jason Kapalka. The presentation called 10 Ways to Make the Worst Casual Game. I'll continue what Jason started, and today I'll tell you 10 ways to make the worst social casual game. First of all, make it really hard from the very beginning. Come on, guys, we know that we are making games for the gamers, and gamers are like, they like challenge. They like to solve the puzzles. We're making the games for the smartasses. Wrong. First of all, as I told, you need to create a habit. Remember this Find a Cat game, when users were clicking the game with even not realizing that they're willing to play. They helping each other, they solving this Find a Cat puzzle, and after a couple of days they realized they have a habit. First of all, when they come to work, they needed to play the game to find another cat. So the general metric you should focus first is retention. Next one is, does your game have a tutorial? Like, I don't mean that you need to switch the tutorial off. I mean, like, if your game is not playable or user cannot understand what he should do in the game without a tutorial, probably your game is not a casual one. Next one, ignore the community. Come on, guys, we all making games, not the communication device or something. So wrong again. The casual audience is most the socially active one. They like to communicate, and the first reason why they enter into social network is to communicate, to share the pictures of their friend, to share the pictures of their pets, etc. And in most cases, they are realizing that they taking the game as another way to communicate with their friend. So you need to create a fun page of the game. You need to arrange the community events, announce your updates, and even discuss your development pipeline with your audience, because in most cases they know which feature you should make next better than you are. Next one is loading. In good old times, I mean the casual games, like the casual downloadable games, we had a rule that the downloadable file should not be bigger than 20 megabytes. That happened because of the internet bandwidth, which was kind of very little in that times, and users were not able to long for too long, to wait till the downloading process is completed. The bandwidth improved, but the user's patience not. So I can tell much about the you can create your diversified loading system, etc., all the technical stuff, but also there is a game design option. You can make users play while they're waiting. For example, in this game, you can see that on the loading screen, a user has an option to click to shoot the bugs and be entertained while the game loads. So, very good example. Next one is the trying to squeeze as much money from the user from the very beginning as possible. Again, as I told you, the main option, the main metric you should focus from the very beginning is the retention. If the game does not raise the habit from a user, probably he won't be able to pay you. So diversify yourselves. All the social networks have a specific set of the methods which can help you to understand which user you're facing right now, what sales, what the breakpoint in order to sell him the stuff is the proper one. For example, the Odnoklassniki has these two methods, and you can contact me and I'll describe you how to use them properly. Try to achieve monetization through level design. There is an interesting thing that there is a theory that when a player loses level, in most cases he thinks that he was unlucky. But if the user wins the level, he thinks that he's a cool guy, he made everything right. And if your game leaves such impression, then you're doing everything right. In addition, today I want to show you the most casual game of all the times. Let me show you. Here it is. This is a rabbit, the fine one, the awesome. He even smells fine. I can play with this rabbit, I can enjoy it, and I can leave it in order to come to him later. I cannot lose to this rabbit. He's my toy. So all the casual games you're making should create the same impression. The user cannot lose your game. He's playing with your game, not playing in a game. Next one. Make something like somebody else, like King, for example. Right now I'm talking about the cloning. It's always easier to reproduce something who, like another guy made on the market. And during the good old times, developers who created the game had much higher risk, because we had now a chance to squeeze the update to a user. If the casual user downloaded your game, it was quite impossible to make him install the update. So we had only one chance for one kill. Right now, you can make the game, test it on one audience, create some retargeting, test another idea, and so on. But still, there's a lot of clones. The solution, play classic casual games. As I can see at the market right now, about 50% of all the game mechanics, all the twists we had on the casual games market are implemented right now. For example, Game Dynasty from Nevasoft. The game was launched after the AAA title Zuma was launched. And in this game, the Dynasty, user was able to switch bubbles in every part of the field, but not shooting them from the fixed point. Interesting switch. Another game, Totem Quest, based on the chains or pipes mechanics, where you should not swap the elements, but rotate them in order to create a great chain. So we used the jigsaw puzzles in order to reflect these mechanics. Next one is 4 Elements 2 from the PlayerX company. By making the matches, user creates the path for the magic lava, which goes from the left to the right and passing through the screen. And your main goal is to create this path. And after that, the screen scrolls to the next level. So there is a huge amount of the new ideas which are not implemented on the market yet. Just play the classic games, find them, you'll be very surprised. Next one is a horrifying setting. Casual games about space. I love them so much. As for me, I can remember only one hit title based on the casual or based on the space setting. This is Bejeweled probably, and I can't tell you that it's about space. It's maybe some kind of space pictures, but not the space themed game. So remember who your audience. Remember their preferences. And also in this slide, I would like to tell you that some people are color blinded and some people are shapes blinded. Like, I mean, when you're creating the elements of your game, you should create it different from the color perspective and the shape perspective, because when the user looking at the field, he needs to cover all the field with his sight and see the matches, possible matches, not like searching through all the elements in the field, but looking at the one point. Next one, Beekeeper's rewards. I can see very often when the game developer, after making the match, grants user about 3 points, like 3 elements, 3 points. First thing you should do after come back from the conference, multiply all your awards by 100. More wow effects is better. Like everybody would likes to be when somebody tells you that you're doing everything right. Your game should be responsible. Like every action, the game should react on your action. And right now, I'll show you another device which based on this principle. Like I act, the device reacts. This is called the useless box. This device contains the box, the switch, and the hook. I'm describing to the guys from the rear rows. When I turn this box on, hooks appears and switches this device off. That's it. This device just reacts on my action. But it's so much fun. It's so interesting that I can play this device a couple of minutes in a row. It's based only on the reaction principle. That's it. Your game should react on the user actions. Next one, match-free games. That's easy to do. There's very common mistakes. Like many developers say, okay, come on. The match-free game is about a couple of weeks to develop such a mechanic. Mechanic, yes. Game, no. It's easier to create a match-free mechanic. But if you give the player a story, if you give a player a goal, if you make a user think that this match-free mechanic is a tool which helps him to solve the master problem, that's the game. Make player associate himself with some characters. And also, again, the developers tell me that, come on, guy, my game has now any characters. There is no such possibilities to associate himself with somebody. Remember this guy. Even Microsoft Word was able to create a character. So I really believe that you can implement some kind of the personality to a game in order to give the player possibilities to associate himself with somebody. Next one, ignore the viral stuff. As I told you, casual gamers are mostly socially active ones. So they love viral stuff. They love making viral posts. And as I told previously, this game Find a Cat was successful probably because of this principle that everybody who was playing the game as was not able to solve the puzzle was sharing the viral posts. Again, each social network has their own set of viral methods, like most of them are divided to application to user, user to user, and user to everybody. Again, if you would like to know how to communicate with the, how to work with the social viral stuff on that Odnoklassniki, please write me and I'll introduce you to our producing unit, and it will help you to understand all the principles of Odnoklassniki. Next one is ignore what everybody tells you about the game, especially your mom. Your mom is the closest casual audience you can reach. And if your mom tells that your game is not interesting and she's not playing your game, probably you're doing something wrong. But also you should listen what the platform tells about your game. And today, right now, I'll show you some most common mistakes. First one is about the creating the push to user to create the viral post. In this slide, I'll show you the push to create the invitation post. On the left, you can see that there's two options for user. First one to buy something, the next one to invite something. On the right one, I can't tell what this message tells me. Even I can read Russian and understand it, I still can't understand what this message tells me. Like there is an option of free people. Will I invite all free people or just one? I have some kind of the power-ups or boosters or something like that. Will I receive them if I just close the window? I don't know. So just create the proper invitation window and give the user a couple of options. First one to pay, the next one to invite someone. Next one is monetization. Average first check at Odnoklassniki is 27 OX. Yeah, we have our internal hard currency called OX or OKs, whatever. And the first average check at Odnoklassniki is 27 OX. Average check is 60 OX. I don't know why some game developers creating the like the showcase of their stuff like showed in the bottom. Like they, when the user who never paid in the game sees such a showcase, he's afraid. He thinks that he will be squeezed, like the game will squeeze his money all the time. If from the very beginning the game tries to squeeze him 1,000 OX with the average check, with the average first check of 27 OX. It's better to create this showcase backward. First of all, show them the most cheapest stuff in your showcase and the most expensive ones at the bottom. So make adequate pricing policy. Arrange money in, money out sales, and do not overuse discounts. Because if your game sells stuff only during the discount sales, probably you have the big issue in your monetization system. That's it, guys.
Thank you so much, Artur. A lot of information, very informative.
Thanks.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Okay, there is one here.
Hi, thanks for the great presentation. Thanks for not showing our games as bad mistakes. I recognize a lot of mistakes that we already did. My question is, did you plan to focus on mobile? Making something like Facebook did when you play on web platform, just with one click, they send you a push notification with your mobile device.
Thanks for your question, because here we are. We are looking for HTML5 games. That's first of all. But answering your question, yep, right now we are duplicating our viral system, which you can face on the web, to the mob. Like all the viral methods you can see on the website, will be also working on the mobile devices. Yeah, once again, still I'll use it. If some of you have the HTML5 game and you don't know where to distribute it, I'm the proper guy to talk to with.
So a question for the audience. How many of you have published games on Odnoklassniki? So a lot of potential partners here. So can you tell us maybe more about just the business landscape of Odnoklassniki games, business in Russia in general when it comes to gaming, social gaming? Why should we publish our games there?
Well, when we are talking about Odnoklassniki, we are talking about a mail.ru group. And mail.ru group owns right now all the major social networks on the Russian market. So when we are talking about the Russian market, we are talking about mail.ru.
So, I mean, that's like the largest group, right? And the most users, basically, in Russia. Okay, so can you tell us a bit more in terms of the cost for acquiring users and expected revenues?
Unfortunately, that's not a question to me, because I am more in charge of the games, like in the platform. If you're talking about the user acquisition, you should talk to target at mail.ru. That's our unique system, which main idea is to drive users into the game. Unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Okay, we have one more question here again.
Not a question, just to add something. I was really surprised that only a few guys are uploaded their games to Odnoklassniki. Actually, there is no price for acquiring a user there. Once you want your game there, they send you like 500,000 users just for first week, just for free. So that's it.
Yeah, thank you for correction.
So you gotta be there.
So that's a great incentive to get started. Mm-hmm. Okay, anybody else with questions? There is one here.
Yeah, hi. I have a question about the localization. How is it, I mean, if you have a game, let's say, localized to English, to French, to German, all these ways, I think a lot of developers are afraid maybe to go to the Russian market. How is it if you have a complete English game? Does it work or doesn't it work?
No, unfortunately not.
There's no way, I guess, right?
Yeah, your game should be localized Russian.
Okay, thank you.
Can you maybe, I mean, if people are not familiar, tell us how similar or different Odnoklassniki is compared to Facebook?
Of course, there is some kind of the national aspects, like the characters users like more, and so on. Of course, well, there are some companies in the market who try to create some kind of the hub, which like you can implement the game to the hub, and the hub distributes your game to all the networks it's connected. I can tell you that's impossible, because what works at Facebook could not work at Odnoklassniki, and another way. Some methods are unique, some twists are unique, some methods working better for user acquisition, for some for retention, and even sometimes if your game economy based on the viral posts, then definitely your game should be adopted for Odnoklassniki if you're distributing it on Facebook.
Okay. Last chance for a question before we move on. All right. Well, thank you so much, Artur, again.
Thank you.
Great presentation.
Bye-bye.